As the party awakens, Errol is met with Abysria. She threatens him to give Willow another potion and to gain back the Lover's Mirror as well as Continuum's hourglass, or he will regret crossing her. Immediately after she leaves, he throws out the potion and tells Aurelio the problem. Now worried for his life, the party all start praying to various gods for aid. Errol finds multiple options available to him. Go to Mount Cronus and bargain with Continuum, give Mantris the hourglass and gain a contract directly with him, or find a lawyer and go to the court date his genie has set up for him. The group decides to make their way to Port Arbis to find a lawyer for now. After a couple of days, the party enters Grawl to find a teleporter to Port Arbis, discovering a circus is closed with crime scene tape. Trevor asks if he can investigate, and Errol agrees. He finds a murder took place. The trapeze artist Jonathan was killed by their performer and singer Madeline. The bearded woman explains she doesn't think Madeline caused the murder and lets Trevor inside to investigate. He's informed 2 other men in the circus were chasing after Madeline, Eric the juggler and Donovan the maintenance guy who also runs a stall. Meanwhile, the rest of the party takes time to go shopping. Errol finds himself in a small mossy tent that's bigger than on the inside, run by a very old woman with long, crooked nose and sunken eyes and long, spindly fingers. Her hair and clothes appear to be long grass that hangs off of her. He attempts to bargain for 2 books she offers him, but pays full price instead of giving her a vial of his blood. And we will actually start off with Molly entering Grawl. You would see on the first side, there are some tents that some merchants and travelers have set up. There's also this small little pointed tent that has like moss growing on it somehow, and outside of it is the largest wagon you have seen in your life. On the side of that wagon is written Mimi Cree's Infamous Emporium. Also further on the left, you would see this circus had been set up, but is closed down right now with that crime scene tape. And would you like to describe yourself, Molly, as you enter?
Yeah, so Molly is a human. She has kind of like long white hair. She has a pistol at her side, and she actually has like a kind of robotic arm instead of a regular right arm. And she kind of has like a leather jacket that's embroidered with like some floral designs, and she has like a cowboy hat on.
Awesome.
I approve. I like gunfighters.
So as you are heading down, you do see that really big wagon starts moving without a horse on its own and sort of backs up, wedging itself between 2 tents, almost kind of pushing them out of the way. And then the front flap opens up as you hear someone inside shouting, "Welcome to Mimi Cree's Infamous Emporium! Please come inside for the best deals ever!" One of the other tent people come out, seeing what the hell, almost knocked their tent over, and is like, "Would you watch it?" "I did watch it. Your tent is okay. Welcome to Mimi Cree's Infamous Emporium. Please come inside for the best deals ever."
Well, I like a good deal. I guess Molly's gonna head inside.
When you get inside, you do see there are a ton of random little knickknacks on the shelves. There's a small section for weapons and a single armor set and all kinds of various knickknacks that and sleeping bags, ropes, any other generic items you would find in there. But you see behind the counter is this very heavily cloaked, you think, man, with a wooden masked face. And I will send out that picture. Hello.
Molly, if you haven't yet, you should drop your picture too in our Discord chat.
All right.
Yeah. Hello, stranger. I am Mimi. How can I be of service?
Well, I'm just checking out what you got for sale here.
I have many, many things.
Anything that you'd consider premium?
Well, if you are looking for anything in particular, I will probably have it in the back. But I have some enchanted
Alright.
weapons, I have some enchanted items, I have all kinds of things.
All right, well, can I go to the back with you and take a look?
Oh, no. I will have to bring it forward for you.
All right, well, just pick out some things you think I'd like.
There's a awkward pause as a person, also who isn't really moving too much when talking to you, seems to take a very, very long time to answer, and then he's just like, how about a potion of invisibility?
I like that. How much?
Let me double check the rarity of that.
No, just curious, is this one of the ones that Aurelio had crafted?
Not that you're there, but yes, it is.
I love it.
That would be 4,000 gold.
Can I inspect it?
Why would you need to inspect it?
Sorry, I guess I meant that as more like if I could do a check to look at it.
Sure. So there's this like small like little square curtain behind him, and it looks like you see a little bit of a bump push the curtain as the man rigidly just turns suddenly behind, like to face the curtain, and holds his hands out, and a potion drops in them, and then he turns suddenly back towards you and kind of just drops the potion on the desk, although not far enough to make it break or crack or anything, but still, it's all very rigid movements before he puts himself back into the previous position he was in. And as you look at it, I guess make me... What would it be for this? Like an Arcana, maybe? Yeah, we'll make it an Arcana checks. Yeah, you can see this is a potion of invisibility.
Alright, I think Molly's probably just going to kind of slide it back towards them a little bit and be like, well, this might be a little out of my price range.
What is your price range, stranger?
Just 100 gold, maybe. I'm not looking for anything fancy.
Well, that does limit the amount of items I can sell to you. I could do some common items, yes. Would that be acceptable?
Sure.
Alright. Is there any common magical item you are specifically looking for?
Not really.
Fair enough. Let's go look at a list, shall we?
Like, here are playing cards and a sucker.
And a sucker. Comment. You could get something like the Armor of Gleaming, or Boots of False Tracks, although I'm sure you don't want to get rid of your boots. Charlatan's Dice. Cloak of Billowing, Cloak of Many Fashions. Clockwork Amulet. If you want me to read to you what any of these are, let me know. Clothes of Mending.
You know what? I like a good Cloak of Billowing, I think. I like that.
That will be 100 gold, please.
Alright, you got it.
And much like with the potion, this cloak sort of peeks out from behind the curtain. He rigidly turns around, it drops in his hand, and he rigidly turns back and drops it onto the desk.
Well,
it was a pleasure
nice
doing
with you.
business for you. Yes, I enjoyed this very much. You are a very pretty lady, I think. Haha.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
You have a wonderful day. Please come again. And when you put the money down on the desk, the hand just kind of moves out in front of it and slides it off the desk, but you don't hear it clatter to the floor.
Knowing won't save you now. No, I'm kidding.
I think with that, we'll pause and go to Errol, Aurelio, well, everybody. The NPCs are all in the mossy tent. And right now, Errol just finished making his purchase for the mossy-looking book and the Might Be Bleeding book. And the old woman is just tapping her fingers and sort of peeks her head around, which crooks just a little too much to see Aurelio standing in the back. And she says, "And what about you, little one? Is there anything I could offer you?"
Well, we came to town looking for a portal, but I think we've got that covered. I've heard a lot of good things about alchemy in this town, and I was maybe looking for a book of recipes and maybe some alchemy supplies.
Oh, alchemy. That is quite exciting. Well, I'm sure if you want to find the best beers and wines and drugs, you can look inside the town. But if you want something with a little more spice, I might have something that will interest you.
I think that's a little bit more my flavor right there. I've recently been brewing my own potions. I've made a couple of healing potions, but I've also been able to craft a potion of invisibility.
How exciting.
Was there another one that I had learned how to create as well?
You did make apple cider. I don't think so. Not yet. Anyway.
I don't think so yet either. I haven't learned like any poisons or anything like that, no.
Oh! You did get a recipe for potions of flying because you were going to see if you can make a big giant vat for Mimi. So
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which I assume you would have returned the book like he asked you to.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I probably would have like written out another page, like with the recipe, or like committed it to memory or something of the sort, so I could keep practicing. Or while I'm back at Mimi's shop,
yeah,
I would also probably like if I needed, I could borrow it at any time. I'm sure me and Mimi have a pretty good relationship at this point.
Oh yeah. So the old woman, for now though, starts sort of waddling over to get to the, rightmost side of her her little desk there, and her hand stretches out longer than it should, reaching beyond some shelves beyond your sight, and then she pulls it back as it somehow bends back into her. And
I think I'm pushing both Willow and Pearl a little bit further behind me.
Why? She's just a sweet old woman. Yeah, no worries there. They both kind of do, although both of them are a little more brave than they should be. They peek out from behind you for sure to like watch this woman, but otherwise they do stand behind you. And she puts down this very old leather-bound looking book that doesn't even have like a title on it at all. This has some of the rarest alchemy recipes in it, if you have the stuff to make it anyway.
Hey, what do you mean by stuff, if you don't mind me asking? Is it like ingredients?
Well, let's just say I've collected it off of people I sold it to after they failed. You know, when it's a body, their stuff is free game.
That's kind of how I feel about most things as well, not gonna lie.
Oh, a kindred spirit.
You know what, you and me might be. So what do you want for the book?
For this one, much like the others, it is quite rare, so 150 gold.
Hey, that's done and done.
Would you like it gift wrapped?
No, I think I'll just put it in my bag right now.
Oh, all right. And she just pushes it forward once you hand out the money.
Yeah, that's an easy enough transaction for Aurelio.
If you would like some rare herbs, I do have some on the shelf over there. And she points one of her long, spindly fingers towards some section of her tent.
Hey, come on, kiddos, let's go collect some herbs. And I'll try and pull them away. And then I'll pay her whatever.
Definitely is going with you, and Pearl too. He's also standing behind you.
Yeah, I'll pay another like 100 gold worth for herbs as well.
Yeah, and there's some weird ones here that you see. You do see some because you're getting to know the ingredients and what have you. So you do see some you know, but some of it looks very bizarre, like you've never heard of it. They are labeled though. There is something called shoot, what was it called? Sorry, hold on. I'm a good DM, I swear. I think it was... Oh, where is it? And then this is another issue. I never remember where I save anything. Okay, there it is. God's bitter root. And it looks like this weird sort of root that twists around itself.
You said God's bitter root?
God's bitter root, yeah. And then there's a few other weird ones. Some are not labeled, but there's like a dried flower you've never seen in your life before. There's also this other sort of red flower that looks like it could be kind of like a rose, but it's a little more droopy, and you're pretty sure it's dripping blood.
Could I potentially do either a nature or a perception check on either of these flowers or both of these flowers and try and get a sense of what they are?
You can do probably nature, yeah.
Cool. 17 and a 9.
Alright, so the 17, we'll say, was the first one I mentioned, which is that weird-looking flower you've never seen. You get a sort of sense of otherworldly feel. With a 17, you definitely get like it's probably some kind of fae-like flower, not from regular plane of existence. But the bloodied one, no, you don't know.
Okay. And then I think I'll just whisper to both of the kids as we're like walking out, like, I'll get you something from somewhere else. Like I said, I'll buy you both a present today, but let's maybe look at a different shop.
Yeah, okay, Willow says, this woman's kind of creepy. Pearl's like, this place is awesome.
Just a little bit creepy, and I'll just wave and say, thank you so much, and I'll just escort the kids out quickly and just brushing them out.
Have a wonderful day.
And I forget, am I still in the room with them as well?
Yeah, unless you wanted to leave.
I'm just, as I'm leaving, because I'm an owl, I can just like turn my head around all the way. I'm just gonna keep eye contact on her, like as I'm walking out the door.
She has a big smile on, and her head starts twisting upside down as you do, and she keeps eye contact with you.
I'm just gonna, my jaw's just gonna drop. I'm gonna snap forward and I'm gonna run out the building.
You want to be creepy? She'll be creepy.
It wasn't trying to be creepy. It was more like, I am scared of you. I'm not letting you out of my sights.
So at the time when you guys all pile out, I'd say maybe Elijah and Iris were kind of just waiting outside, thinking that the tent wouldn't fit you all. And I think at this time you would see Molly coming out of Mimi's wagon. And Molly, you see a group of people. The NPCs will quickly describe first. There's a tabaxi male. He has sort of these desert-like robes on and two swords at his side. Next to him is a young owlin woman who she also has similarly sort of deserty robes on, and they're kind of holding hands together. When they come out, you would see a young boy with white hair and bright blue eyes who looks like he's about 10. And with him is a girl about 14 or so. She's a water genasi, and she has like this little mechanical spider pinecone following her, and you recognize the tools of an artificer on her. After that is an older looking human man that is kind of allowing himself to get shuffled out with Aurelio, and I'll let Aurelio explain himself.
Yeah, so looking over at Aurelio, you probably see him in his halfling form currently, which is about 2.5 feet tall. He's very slight of build and very thin. He's got a long beard that kind of spreads over his chest, and he's got a long braid of brown hair that falls down his back. The sides of his head are shaved, and the back of his head is shaved. And if you're looking at like the back of his head, you'll see like a green tattoo kind of coming up across his shoulder and across the back of his skull, and it's a green like tree. If you get a good look at his eyes, you'll see that they're very bright green and almost cat-like with that slit right down the middle. And he'll look over at Pearl and say, "Hey, get a glimpse of that lady over there. Look at her arm."
Pearl peeks over and her eyes widen, and she just runs right over to you, Molly, like, "Oh my god, your arm is so cool! How did you get that? Can I look at it, please, please, please?"
I guess. And I'll extend it out for her to see.
And she loves it. She puts down her goggles and starts, like, twisting your arm in different ways, like checking out how the gears and the stuff function on it. And she's like, "Wow, whoever made this was amazing. Where did you get it? Was it Mine's Refuge? I want to go there so bad."
Willow and Aurelio are right on Pearl's Hills, too, just kind of coming right up and seeing what's going on.
A friend made it for me. You probably would never have heard of her, but she was pretty amazing.
Oh, I wish I could have met her. Where is she?
She's dead.
Oh. Sorry. And the older human guy's like, now, Pearl. Remember we talked about this. You shouldn't be prying into people's business like that. Well, I didn't know. I'm sorry. My parents are dead too. If that helps.
Doesn't, but that's alright, shit happens.
Well, this is a really cool arm. I'm Pearl, by the way.
Molly. And then she'll extend the, mechanical arm to shake her hand.
She has a big bright smile on and shakes her hand vigorously with the mechanical arm. And the white-haired boy kind of leans over and waves. I'm Willow. If we're all sharing, my mom's dead too.
Well, I guess if we're doing that, hi, I'm Aurelio. My wife and my kids are dead, and my parents are probably dead too, if it matters at all.
The human guy kind of... I'm Carter. My wife and unborn child are dead, and it looks like we're kind of just a group of grieving souls. And he shakes your hand.
Hey, and I see you met Mimi.
And that man that's covered up with the wooden mask kind of just suddenly jerks out of the door standing there, and he's just like, best friends, I made a sale while you were gone.
All right, Mimi.
Yes,
Y'all
I like
know
this
that
woman.
thing?
Hey, it's a very good friend of ours, our best friend, you might say.
Willow's like, he's a really good human.
The best human.
And
Okay,
Errol,
Errol, come on over, introduce your sister and her friend.
I think I'm sprinting out of the tent still, and
Yeah.
I see Elijah and my sister. I'm like, don't go in there. I'm pushing them away from the entrance.
what happened? Iris asks.
Just gave me the creeps. There was a whole head tilt thing. I don't want to go into it.
You know, you have a very weird way of attracting strange things, Elijah says, but he's kind of smiling a bit.
Tilt my head down a little bit. I know it's not my best trait.
It looks like our friends have met another, though. And as you guys sort of approach, the Tabaxi male bows to you. I am Elijah, and I heard we are all sharing our tragedies. My parents are dead as well. It is a pleasure to meet you.
This is Iris. This is my sister.
And the female owl in waves. Our parents abandoned us. I think they're alive.
I'm gonna kind of just shrug a little bit, I don't know.
And this is my brother Errol.
And so Errol is an owlin. He's all black feathers on the the back side of him. He's got nice big long wings. He's got his patch on his face is all white, and the inside of his wings are white, and they have ancient hieroglyphs and symbols that he had painted on there, so he didn't forget them for the future. He's got these big, massive blue eyes with a cloak with elven print on it, and he's got a little satchel on his side, and on his hand you just see this big, massive ring with a nice jewel in the middle. And that's Errol.
You all really don't have to keep telling me the family or friends that died. I get it, kind of, but I do appreciate, the honesty.
Is this not a therapy session? I thought this is what we do in Wall, is you go to these different groups and you like, I basically just start describing like an Alcoholics Anonymous. Like, this is kind of what my friend Al told me this place was like.
I can't say I've ever been to something like that before, but it just seemed to be what everyone was doing.
Oh, it's like the reverse of it though, because it's Grawl. Everybody's doing drugs at these meetings and not like talking about not doing drugs. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When they say they're sober for so many days, it's like a bad thing. They're just like, oh no.
Right. Well, anyway, I don't know what you're doing, Molly, but we could use another pal in our party. We're maybe heading towards Port Arbis, and I'll be honest, I've got some enemies there, and we could use all the help we could get when we get there.
Port Arbis, huh?
Hey, that's
what kind of... Yeah, what kind of enemies are you talking about?
The lordly kind.
Alright, I reckon I am headed that way too, and I might need some help down the road if you'd be willing to help me too.
Is this going to be another best friend?
I think it might be Mimi.
Molly, did you just say no immediately?
Yes.
I love that. But he ignores you. Probably. You're right next to her. He ignores you though, Molly, and hears only what Aurelio says, and he's like, "That is wonderful! I am always happy to have more best friends. I do not have enough space to make another room for you though, so you will just have to sleep on the floor. Or share a room. I do not suggest you share the room with Iris and Elijah though. They are very noisy at night."
My head is gonna turn toward them and like tilt a little bit.
Iris looks horrified. Mimi! What?
I think Errol's eyes probably twitching a little bit too.
I'm trying to make Elijah stare me in the eyes.
He knows better than to do that, and he's just like, "Well, that was very awkward. Welcome aboard, I suppose."
Now, what do you think? I suppose we should probably find Trevor. We left him at the circus, right?
Yes, hopefully he is done with this little project at this point.
It's detective work, I guess. Well, if you guys want to go meet up with him, I've got the kiddos to buy a present for, so kiddos, you want to come with me? Carter, you can come with me, and you guys want to head over and meet Trevor?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Molly, it's up to you. You can either head with me over with the kiddos to buy some more stuff in town, or you can head with these guys to meet our other friend Trevor.
You know, I kind of wanted to check out the circus while I was here, so I might tag along with them.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Pearl waves her hand like, "Bye, Molly. Can't wait to look at your arm more."
I'll whisper to Pearl as we're walking away, just, "Man, I cannot wait to see what you can do with that."
I know, me too. Do you think she could punch people and they, like, explode?
I don't know, or maybe you can, like, have rocket fingers or something like that, where you can shoot different things out of your fingers. Like, I don't know, I think I've seen a friend do a magic missile type thing or something like that.
What if I could make a flamethrower come out of each of her fingers?
Oh, that would be fucking awesome. Like a fireball coming from her hands.
That would be so cool.
Willow can tell you how much I love playing with fire, right, Willow?
Willow just nods, like, wide-eyed. Oh yeah, he loves fire. I prefer lightning. Or that
I do like a lot of lightning, too.
Well, lightning can cause fire, depending on where you hit it. Lightning's cool, too. I don't mind either way. But I wonder if I could make, like, a lightning thrower.
Well, if you need any help, just let me know, and I'll play around with some lightning with you later.
Perhaps when we're not in a city with a bunch of people, though, Carter says. Remember what happened with your room.
This city, maybe not, but Port Arbis, I'm all for it.
I know. I'll be careful, Dad. God. Don't roll your eyes at me, young lady. Sorry. And you guys head off. But we will split over real quick to Trevor and what he's doing in the circus. Last you were in that room and you were wanting to, I think, investigate like more details about what might have happened in this
Yeah, try to
murder.
glean more in depth. That was his goal, is to try to kind of figure it out more.
So I'll say it's going to be a little difficult because the body's not there, but make me an investigation check again.
All right. Sorry.
All right, with a 16, like it looks kind of like what the bearded woman has described to you. The guy looks like he might have, like I said, you only have a chalk outline, so this is roughly what you're getting. It looked like he was walking towards the exit, and then from the amount of blood and the way it's sort of splattered, you're thinking he got stabbed a bunch. So
does the juggler by chance use knives in his act?
Well, he has in the past. It's not like his main and only thing. He's also done fire, and balls are kind of boring and run-of-the-mill, you know, with the crowds and all. We gotta please them.
Right. What would a legendary detective do? What was his name? Frederick Francois Chopin or something? I heard stories about that guy. Kind of laughs uneasily and goes, well, I
Can't
need
say
to talk
I've
to
ever
those.
heard of this Francois.
I read reports about someone named that with a group of people. Solved a 100-year murder case or something crazy. I don't know. Anyways, focus, Trevor. Who's tense on the other side of the door we just came in?
Well, that would be one of the stage tents we've got. We use it for various things, depending on whose act is on at the time. I've been there, and others have been there, you know. Just depends on who needs to use it.
How long ago did this take place?
The murder? Oh, this just happened yesterday.
He's just gonna step past it and do one last look around the area for anything and then go out that back door.
Yeah, again, without the actual body or the murder weapon, there's not much more you can glean here. You're thinking maybe you'll have to actually just talk to people and go from there.
That's exactly what he's gonna do.
Or break into the evidence locker, I mean, you know. But For now, yeah, you head out the back. Are you like leaving the circus, or are you heading to talk to?
I'm looking for the maintenance guy.
Okay. In that case, she will happily guide you over to that tent that she had mentioned before with, and you can see in there's a lot of, like, this is more storage for what you would expect for maintenance. There's nuts and bolts and hammers and wood planks and, you know, all kinds of stuff that would be for repairing items, gears, all sorts of stuff. And you do see there is a guy in there sort of like organizing some of these items. And he looks over. He's wearing like this sort of, it's not like a top hat, but you know where it's kind of got that brim, but it's shorter. I can't remember what kind of hat that's called.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of like the New Yorker cap.
Yeah, I don't know the New Yorker caps so that you're talking about, so. But anyway, he's got one of those hats on and sort of a long coat and just looks like he hasn't shaved in a while, but it's not like clean, it's very unclean shaven, and he needs to like get himself fixed up a bit. He could definitely use it, but you know, he doesn't. There's stains on his shirt. He's not the most presentable one, which is probably why they have him mostly do maintenance. But he looks over as you guys both enter, and he's just, the hell is this?
Trevor Blackthorn, pleasure to meet you. He's gonna hold his hand out.
Eyes his hand and eyes you, but hesitantly reaches out to shake. This here is... Yeah,
There's any blood stains or anything?
Make me a perception check. I would hope he'd wash his hands in a day, but you know.
He said he was unkept, so I'm looking for any proof that maybe he didn't do it thoroughly.
His hands do look dirty, like he should have actually washed them. There's like this sort of black under his fingernails and stuff from, you know, whatever work he's done maintenance-wise, and you can probably see why Madeline might not have been interested in this guy at all. But you know, and yeah, his hands are very rough when he shakes your hand, and the bearded woman just mentions like this here Trevor's sort of helping out with the investigation, seeing what he can decipher. He's just like, I thought all that was sorted out.
You can never be too sure. I'm the sweeper just gathering the last bits of information. I have the fun task.
Well, there's not much I can help you with. They caught Madeline with the weapon and all, didn't they?
That's fascinating. Out of curiosity, how were you with the gentleman who is no longer here?
Jonathan? Ask me, he's kind of a prick.
Kinda had it coming to him then, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't say it, but you did.
Smirks and lights up a cob pipe. I understand. There's a bunch of people I currently work with that I absolutely despise. New group's not so bad.
Well, you find all sorts here in the circus.
Out of curiosity, anyone needed any last minute maintenance since the murder?
I mean, I want to clean up the tent, but they said I shouldn't do much more than what I did. Otherwise, no, just catching up. He starts sort of like picking at his cubicles while talking to you.
Understand completely. He's sitting there kind of like doing the dust off, looking around. I'm going to examine the shit out of his quarters while just small talking with him.
Like, just standing there and sort of scanning, you mean?
Yeah, trying to perceive shit.
Then make me another perception check.
Anything that may or may not jump out. Oof.
Nothing necessarily, like, screams at you, this guy's a murderer, you know? But I will say one thing you do notice is he does have a lot of various tools that could equate to stabbing someone to death. But apparently they caught her with knife in hand, so, you know.
It was a blade then. I was always wondering, was it more of like a... What kind of blade was it? Just a basic dagger? A sword?
Well, I wasn't there to see it, but I heard it was just a knife or a dagger, I guess. Nothing too big. Not exactly a strong woman, you know.
Yes.
But Francesca was the one that found them, wasn't she? He looks over to the bearded woman who's like, well, Francesca and Bardis.
Oh, I don't seem to have that in my notes. Thank you. I appreciate your coordinateness on the information. I'll be sure to leave your name out of it.
Yes, do. I don't want to be a part of any of this.
Oh, you strike me more, tradesman. I understand. He nods. Appreciate your time.
Sure. Shame for Madeline. Thought she was, a better girl than that. Guess I dodged a bullet there.
One more thing. No, I'm kidding. So, just kind of curious, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's Madeline. You'd be kind of stupid if you weren't interested in her, you know? But, he chose Jonathan for whatever reason.
It's kind of weird that, all these people pining for her and she kills the one that she loves. That's weird to me. I don't understand the logic.
Like I said, the guy was a prick. Maybe he did something wrong.
I appreciate you. I'll walk out.
Sure. You head out. The bearded woman sort of follows.
She dodged a bullet. The guy's kind of a douche and very unclean.
Well, if you ask me, a touch of a woman would probably do him good.
Touch of a bath might as well. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but most guys don't really have the enthusiasm to go bathe until they have a woman who wants them to bathe.
Yes, he maintains his perfect locks. No, I'm kidding.
You just flash to Aurelio licking himself like a cat.
Right? He's doing the cat grooming.
Or past experiences of him eating hearts.
Yeah. Just sit there after eating a heart, grooming the blood.
Anyway, she's just like, well, no offense. I mean, you seem the pretty sort, if you ask me. Yeah, if I was just 10 years younger.
He laughs. I appreciate it. So these other two he mentioned, did the investigators ever even talk to them?
Well,
Francesca and for the life of me, I don't remember the other name.
Bardis. Yeah. Yeah, they were spoken to. I mean, they were the witnesses that found them, right? So...
would those two have any grievance with poor Madeline?
She thinks and sort of strokes her beard. I don't think so.
Never does the same.
Bardis is a very simple-minded sort, you know. So he doesn't have a whole lot going on up there to really form much of an opinion. But Francesca, she's kind of a fortune teller, and she sort of has that high and mighty smoke up her butt sometimes, but other than that, she's alright.
Amazing. Fortune teller. This could be amusing. Can be very amusing.
Wrong character.
Yeah, I guess we'll ask where Francesca is. Then if you want to go back to them.
She's probably up at her tent over that way. And you would see as she points, there is a tent that looks very much like a gypsy fortune teller type with like baubles, and it's like purple and, you know, golden pink embroidery on it and all kinds of stuff. I would say at this point, though, as she's pointing that way, you can kind of see off to the side Mimi's wagon is pulling up to the entrance of the circus. And the party sort of hops out, but they're stopped at the crime tape, you know, blocking off the entryway of the circus. So, and you get the sense that if you don't damage control this, Mimi may just drive through the tape.
He's gonna run up. No, best friend, no. Wait.
As he's like backing up, ready to go, and stops, and then the puppet, or well, the man comes out to eye you, and he's just like, other best friend. We were wondering where you were. We want to see the circus.
It's down at the moment, best friend. Hey, is Errol with you?
He is right here, and you would see everybody except for Aurelio, Carter, and the kids, and you also see this white-haired woman, Molly. And Trevor, if you'd like to also describe your character for her.
Of course, Trevor Blackthorn. Give me a second. Post that one, sir. Can you post the picture for me?
Yeah, I'll put the picture in, but still give a little.
Yep. He's a taller gentleman clad neck to toe in adamantine armor. It's black with that like kind of turquoise look. And it's got like rose vines crawling around, like etched around the armor. Picture kind of like poison ivy look. And he has a serpent tongue longsword that's got like a rose and bloom, and he's got a giant tower shield that has a full bloomed rose etched as the motif. And everything is black. And he's got black hair parted to the side. Goes down about shoulder length. With blue eyes and a slight golden tint in the eye color. Definitely the knightly look. And he's got one of those badges or crests where it's like the paper scroll where he looks like an inquisitor on his left shoulder guard.
All right,
He stops and looks over at Molly. Oh, a pleasure to meet you. He'll do a formal bow.
Pleasure's all mine. You've got a very interesting group of friends here.
The term is rather loosely fitting, I suppose. Except for Mimi. He just kind of nervously smiles.
Yes, everyone's best friend, I've come to realize.
Not
He
everyone.
nods and
Only the bestest of friends.
has that "I'll tell you more later" look away from Mimi. And his eye goes to your gun. Are guns fairly common?
They're not very common, but they're enough that
But
you
more
would have
uncommon.
seen, especially through Port Arbis, you would have seen them from time to time.
You would probably know Aurelio has one too.
Yeah, you've definitely seen Aurelio pull his out at some point. But, yeah, they're not, like, all over the place.
Oh yeah, you'd see his eyes go to your arm and then to your gun, and then back to your eyes.
So are you an inquisitor?
Yes, best way to put it. I ask a lot of questions, I solve a lot of cases, but I seem to be stumped on this one.
Bearded woman will walk up now, too, and she's just like, well, do you know these people? Sorry to say the circus is closed right now.
Yes, I do. They're my aides.
She just eyes the size of Mimi's wagon, too, and she's just like, right, well, I can't say I can let the wagon through, but if the rest of you want to come around back, if you need them to help solve this.
Couldn't hurt. What you
Alright,
were
come.
saying, Molly.
What was that?
Oh, I thought Molly was saying something. Like right before the beard lady.
Yeah, the bearded lady did
Oh.
interrupt her, sorry.
No, that's all right. She was just gonna look at you and say, so you have a case you're working on right now?
Yes, a murder mystery. I don't think the killer did it.
Where do you want to start?
Oh, we could start back at the body. Maybe your eyes will be better than mine. Already spoken to a Donovan. Gotta talk to a fortune teller next.
Okay.
So I guess while walking over to there, he's gonna be like, the way it went down apparently is fortune teller and a gentleman who's not too bright upstairs apparently came across the girl holding a bloody knife and the guy was dead.
Just for a point of order, you'll have to, you guys will be directed to swing around the side on the west, and the bearded lady sort of like pushes some of the tents a bit aside to let you sneak into the circus as opposed to walk through the front. In the meantime, Mimi will kind of just back up towards the merchant tents and start shouting out for more customers while you guys go do that instead. And then, Trevor, you can start explaining this as you're walking towards the fortune tellers.
So two gentlemen were apparently fighting for her love. She found the third one more intriguing. The juggler is also on my list to talk to. Apparently he's juggled knives before. Wouldn't surprise me he threw a knife into him. But it all seems a little off.
Well, if you ask my opinion, I definitely don't think Eric did it either. But then again, I don't think Madeline did it, and maybe I'm wrong on all accounts.
All of the above. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm now curious about this fortune teller. Oh, and Molly, yeah, that is a mimic back there. That is like full-scale mimic. We travel in. So he's our best friend because we don't want to become what he sells.
Become what he sells? What the hell does that mean?
Elijah
Yeah.
will pipe in. He's eaten a lot of people and then he takes their items to sell. But he seems friendly enough to all of us, and as long as he regards you as your best friend, there is a very small chance he'll try to eat you. Although he has wanted to eat Errol if Errol should perish.
I think that's because it's a monster and doesn't comprehend. But even still, it is remarkable how tame he is.
Honestly, I've never met something so interesting before. I didn't even know there were things that could become wagons, Iris says. So, all kinds of interesting to me.
So when he talks about making rooms for you guys are just like living inside of him?
Yeah, for the most part.
It's actually quite comfortable.
The store you most likely visited, because I'm guessing you bought something if you are now walking with them. He just laughs. He's like, I don't know. That's him.
Well, not the item you bought. The item you bought probably came from someone he ate. But, the whole wagon is him, yes. He's quite a large mimic.
Belly of the beast. He just smirks.
So, I don't know much about mimics, except that they pretend to be chests, usually to lure people in. Errol, do you know of any that have ever gotten so big before?
No. I think Mimi's the first time I've ever met. So, kind of hard to base it off of anything else. But would I know this?
Not off the top of your head. I'd say this doesn't feel like a good, I guess either nature or arcana, because mimics are monstrosities. But also kind of an animal-ish.
Or like would I have maybe like found like ancient pictures of them in dungeons, or
I will say if you want to do a history check instead, that would probably be a higher DC.
okay, I will do that.
Yeah, nothing you've seen in cave drawings or dungeons, or no ancient texts about this.
Yeah, I the most I know about mimics is Mimi.
But it's a
regardless.
clever name, yes? Mimicry? Mimicry?
Yes, it is very amusing.
I'm just gonna. So that's what that means. I was wondering how they made the name up.
Or how
You didn't put
Smart
that
you
together
are.
before.
No, I never questioned it.
I'll
You'll-
show them the same crime scene.
Iris says, you'll notice that Errol is really smart except for things right in front of his face.
I'm gonna put my hand over my heart. Ow!
She just smiles sweetly at you.
Right in the chest tires.
That's what scissors are for.
I guess.
You guys head in.
Purple.
You guys enter into this tent with supplies around. There's like all kinds of stuff that a circus may need, like cloth and masks and costumes, and rather than the maintenance tent I described when you guys weren't there, this is more for like their upfront supplies that they need. There's like, paints and pies and all kinds of stuff that they could use, the trapeze stuff, that sort of thing. But you would see in the center is a chalk outline of where a body was, and the blood has been somewhat cleaned up, so it's not quite as like leaked out all over, but there is still blood splattered in where the outline is.
And you said this is in like the center where like all the trapeze stuff is?
No, it's not the center. Since it's their sort of storage tent, this is more in the back of the circus.
Okay.
It's like right in front of that door where a dude died.
Okay.
Well, he died inside, just to be clear.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, the door isn't that far from where he died.
It is still a bit of a walk. He died kind of more in the middle space. But I imagine, like, when you walk in, the center is sort of cleared so that they can maneuver in here to get at all of the items they might need.
And how big is the tent?
Oh, it's very large since it stores a lot of their random shit. But you don't get to see like the full scale of that because of the amount of storage stuff there is.
Okay. I think Errol is gonna fly up and see if he can see anything on top of boxes that might help, or...
Yeah, you definitely can do that. It's big enough for that. So make me either a perception or investigation if you're gonna get more hands-on.
– 16.
So I'd say from this sort of bird's eye view, you do see there's kind of like a section of these boxes that have been stacked, with sort of a gap in the middle. And when you kind of go there to take a closer look, you do notice like it's been a little unsettled there. Like the bottom of the tent, is kind of canvas, although pulled somewhat top. It looks like someone was standing there at some point, hidden in this sort of boxed in section of storage boxes.
Okay. I'm gonna go get Trevor, and then if possible maybe pick him up and drop him on that area so he can take a look.
With all of his armor, I'm gonna say he's quite heavy, so make me an athletics check if you want to do that.
That's if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I'm just warning. I'm part bird, so my bones are brittle. I can't lift a lot.
Yeah, you can't even get him off the ground.
Yeah, I cannot lift a lot.
Doesn't even get off the ground. I'm just sitting there.
I do like a...
You go on your tippy toes to make him feel like he's actually lifting you at least a little bit to not completely break his heart.
I feel like a little bit of movement, like, oh, did I do it? Did I do it? I look down, never mind.
What are you attempting to show me? Just point the way.
It's gonna fly up, like, head down, wings are kind of flapping a little sadly. I'm just gonna point. Not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna point.
Behind the boxes, then. I'll ask the bearded lady, so what direction, whose tent would be in this direction, and point from like where the flap would be Because obviously Errol would probably tell him that. Where it looked like the tent was lifted enough for something to squeeze in there and then hide.
Yeah, could you, repeat that one more time?
He's gonna ask the bearded lady, like, whose tent is in that direction?
Oh, and that? Nothing in particular. It's the sort of the walling of our circus. I will say you do notice there is a very small opening in these boxes that the reason you didn't really pay much attention to it before was because it looks so normal compared to how everything else is stacked. And like I told you before, there's many places people could hide here. But the small opening could be something where a very scrawny person or a small person could easily squeeze through. You? No. But someone, smaller definitely could.
He just smiles warmly. Let's see if my divination talents are getting any better. Francesca, a halfling, maybe a dwarf?
Well, no, she's an older woman. Kind of skin and bones, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. I think she foresaw something that didn't take divination. All right, let's go pay a visit. I'm going to kind of peek in there and see if there's anything else. Perceive the area. Anything dropped, maybe.
No more than what Errol saw. You definitely can tell someone was sort of hiding there, but other than that, no.
All right, let's go see Francesca. Errol, how would you like to have your fortune read?
Honestly, right now, I wouldn't be the best for me. Kind of already think I know.
Definitely be the funniest way to troll someone trying to scry Abysria.
You know what?
I don't think Eris says we should bring Abyssria's eye to any more people than we have to.
But wouldn't you love to see their face?
No, I mean, what if this is an innocent woman and then you're gonna put Abyssria on her?
Oh, nah.
All right,
true.
I'll let her see my fortune. If I feel a scam, then we'll do it the other way and have fun.
I'm gonna look at Iris with puppy eyes, please.
Look, if she's not innocent, then sure, do whatever you want, I guess. But if you want to get your fortune, I don't care. But it's just mean to try to bring that psychopath to an innocent person.
Oh, I agree.
Who are you? She looks at you, Errol, astonished.
I agree. It's just I don't feel this person's very innocent, but let's go find out.
I mean,
Molly is just kind of tagging along behind everyone, just kind of recording as much of this information as she can, just pieces of talks of Abyssria and her eye and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely know Abyssria is the goddess of chaos, and this is her current age. You know she has been unseen and unheard for the past 6 years or so now. So the fact that they're all talking about her so readily, does that mean they're chaotic? This definitely makes you make notes, that's for sure.
what's your take, Molly? On just what you have.
Well, to be honest, I'm not normally on the right side of the law, so watching you do this investigation is pretty interesting.
He smiles. Aw, Molly. You strike me the upright type.
Well,
For humor's sake, have you been through Port Arbis?
I have not. I was headed there, though.
Fascinating. He's sitting there writing down Molly. Question mark.
The new suspect.
You don't happen to be a changeling, do you?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Not another
1, 2, 3,
one.
transform! And he just smiles at you.
She just puts like both of her hands up, like, you got me.
Ah, okay, well, good. I'm glad you're not Al.
You lot are all some interesting sorts. You sure you don't want to join the circus? Bearded woman smirks.
Maybe one day when I retire. Be the boring guy who does security.
No, we could use one of those.
Yes, you could. I guess let's go to Francesca and visit the old lady.
Yeah, you guys, I imagine, were walking and talking, and you probably arrive at the tent right about now. And well, let me go in and kind of warn her you're all showing up, since there's quite a few of you, and I don't want to. Well, she's gonna be pissed anyway, but let's try to make it a little less than angry. And the bearded woman walks in for a few minutes, and after
We'll
just
try to eavesdrop.
sure, make me a perception.
I hear the wind howling.
The wind's howling. So it also seems like this tent, although it's just a tent, there is something a little bit soundproofing about it. It is about fortune telling and what have you, so you imagine it's made for customer privacy. So it's a little more difficult than you expect to eavesdrop into this conversation. But after a few minutes, the bearded lady comes back out, and which I think, Trevor, you would have gotten her name at this point instead of just calling her the bearded lady. It's Rose.
You never gave me the name.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have asked. So Rose comes back out, and she's just like, alrighty, well, she's, like I said, sometimes she's got some smoke up her ass, but she's expecting y'all, so head on in. Actually, I think at this point, I'll pause with you guys and head over to Aurelio shopping with the kids. And, yeah, so Aurelio, I assume you're sort of more walking into the town rather than doing the outside merchants that set up tents.
I think I'm just looking around for, as I think I kind of mentioned, I'm looking for something like a pet store, either exotic or otherwise, for Willow, and maybe like some sort of mechy or like smithy type place that's maybe a little bit more out there for Pearl, something that I could find like some cool tools or supplies for her.
Yeah.
Some crafting materials maybe.
I'll say it first as you're heading in. This is Grawl, the party town, so there's a lot of fun knick-knack type stores, like right at the entrance, because they, shop owners just know how to grab you for money. And the kids sort of like do find a couple of fun little items in there. Specifically, there is the wand of pyrotechnics that that one of them finds. Probably Pearl. And then Willow really likes the idea of the Wand of Smiles, if you would like to get them that.
How much are each of those?
They are common items, so that would be 100 each. Unless you want
to do that for him.
Make some sort of persuasion. But these are normal merchants, so we'll avoid role-playing that. They're just boring merchants.
21.
Oh, 21. Yeah, you bump them down to like 80 each.
All right. And then I think while they're in there and they're distracted by those is probably when I pickpocket Willow and take his sending stone, and while they're playing around with their items, I'll just have Carter distracted, or maybe I'll have Carter kind of distract them or something, and go outside and just make a quick phone call to Meldor.
Yeah, you do, and what do you say to her?
I'll just pick up the phone and I'll say, "Hello, Meldor. This is Aurelio, and I know you probably don't want to hear from any of us right now, but I want you to know that you shouldn't blame Willow for what happened back there. That was Al. We're going to be hunting him down, and we're going to find him, and Willow and I are working on a way to bring your dad back." And I'll just leave it at that.
You actually do get a response from that. I know it's not his fault. It just hurts so bad. That's all you get.
I know it does. But remember, we tried to help you to be tough. If you need anything, you know you can call us. And as I said, we're doing everything that we can to make this right. And then I'll go back inside and try and slip that back into Willow's pocket.
Yeah, I'll let you keep your original sleight of hand you rolled for me before, and you easily do, especially because he's distracted with you pointing the Wand of Smiles at like random strangers to try to get them to smile.
So long as Pearl isn't doing the same thing with her other one.
She is like waving it around and making pyrotechnics. It is, even though it looks like a bunch of little fireworks and stuff like that, it is harmless light, so it doesn't hurt anybody to get hit by it or anything. And Grawl is definitely a city that's used to this. You probably see that shit happening down the street, like not far away, a few blocks down. Or someone's like tossing beer around and someone's lighting up a cigarette that has pink smoke, you know, like this is a wild place, so they're kind of used to this sort of random activity just happening randomly, and even if she accidentally hits someone, they kind of, whoa, watch it there, girl, and like laugh it off and continue on their day.
Not a huge deal then.
No, not at all. Port Arbis, you'll want less attention, but here, you're fine.
Would you like a perception check for the other places that I'm looking for?
Yes, please, or an investigation if you want to like ask around and stuff like that. Your choice.
Now, would at least for one of these places, maybe the pet shop, would I be able to use my new great nose ability and get advantage using my nose?
I will say, because you're in a city with a lot of smells, I will raise the DC if you want to do that.
All right. $18.
That'll be enough. Just barely on the wind as you're smelling sweet things, alcoholic things, all kinds of things. There is the slight scent of animal feed and probably poo, to be quite frank, and you eventually start following it, and you find a little pet shop in their sort of more markety area, a little further into the city, but you see they have all kinds of nothing exotic or crazy. There's just sort of normal pets that you would expect: cats, dogs, also like hamsters, gerbils, fish, but I doubt you'll take fish. All kinds of little regular things you would find at a pet store. Some birds.
And so we just probably dismount from our panthers and head inside.
Yep, of course Willow pets both of them before heading in. And
all right, Willow, I think I found a fun spot for us to check out. How about you find a new friend to play with? What sort of animals do you want?
He brightens up. For me? For real?
For you, buddy. Yeah. You got to use your speak with animals with somebody, right? I've got Shadow, and he's one of my best friends. He'd be just like Shadow, but for you.
Big smile on his face, and he's just like,
ooh, Willow. This might be a good opportunity for us. Do you know the spell Enlarge Reduce?
Oh, Circus character sheet. I don't think he does, though.
If not, I can offer to teach him, and then we could get him a cat, and then use the enlarge on the cat to make him a panther size.
Oh, right, that's right. I don't know the spell, but I have it in the flask, and he holds up the flask.
Oh, hey, that might be fun. What do you think? Would you like a cat, or are you more of a dog person, or do you want something smaller like a hamster or gerbil, or maybe a bird?
What if I could ride a bird? Could we make a bird big enough to ride?
I mean, anything's possible, my friend.
He runs in ecstatic to look around. And since, he's special, he kind of just has speak with animals on tap. So he starts talking to them all and sort of just getting a feel for them all. Pearl kind of smiles and then blasts the shop owner with a bunch of light.
While Willow's looking, I'll probably go over and ask the shop owner, like, all right, well, for my other friend over here, Pearl, we're looking for maybe like a mechanical or a smith type shop. I want to find her some cool, like, sort of crafting supplies. She's very mechanically inclined. And see if he's got any sort of sense on where that might be in town.
No, well, we do have a smith kind of on the east side of town. He's a little bit far from other places since, the noise and the smell. But if you go down, and he gives you instructions down the road to find where to get the smith.
Hey, perfect. We'll stop over there next. And I'll check back in with Willow. So I'll let you find somebody that you like, bud.
That was a quirky one. Parrot.
No, a ferret.
Ride a giant ferret into battle.
Mr. Squishums.
Why did I just picture, like, your giant weasel, or Kaya's giant weasel from the bag? What did you name him? Oh, I can't remember.
What did I name him?
Oh, I can't remember, but he was a lot of fun.
Dang, I don't remember. I think because he was a weasel, it was a random name. It wasn't like referencing anything.
Given, like, since you had the 6 of them that were not always set, but like, I think we went through and we named a few of them that you kind of had repeats on. Like the hog, you named something.
Something was named Donkey. I think it was the ape. The ape was named Donkey.
Yep. Donkey died for a good cause.
Yep. And then I know the hyena was like Ed because of the Lion King.
So I remember we started naming them, but I don't remember if we ended up naming the giant weasel or not. Matt, do you remember?
I know we did. I just don't remember the name because it was maybe one session. 1 or 2 sessions that it had a name.
I'll have to check my Clovis Concord notes and we'll see if I've got it written down.
I hope you do. I don't remember. Dang it. All right. Anyway, back to this game.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. He actually goes for like this big sort of lizard sitting on a log. If I ride this into battle, it'll be like a wingless dragon.
All right, I like it. What's your name, friend? And I just use my speak with animals that I kind of always just have to with this lizard.
I don't have a name.
It's like Lord Draconus. What? Secretly is a dragon.
And I'm sure Willow will give you a name soon enough. Well, how'd you like to come home with us, little guy?
Will there be a log and food?
I'm sure we can find you a log and some food for you.
Okay.
All right, come along, and we'll head up to the checkout, and we'll buy this lizard.
As you do see there is a parrot, like, that, as you're walking by, is like, "Psst, you speak our language."
Hey, I do.
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You bust me out of here, I'll show you where the good stuff is.
Hey, you got a deal. And I'll add the parrot into the mix. And you know what? Aurelio's feeling generous, and he's just going to offer to buy all of the animals that are out on display, because he's got room for them somewhere.
Oh, yeah. All of them? Well, even the fish? He's just like...
Thinking back to my magical... whatever, it's the... I forgot what we called it.
The verdant...
Maybe
something.
Maybe the nature sack or something?
I know it started with verdant. The verdant menagerie.
Can that work for fish?
I would say yeah. I mean, it could probably make ocean biomes. Why not? That's what it's there
It fits
for.
all environments, right?
Yeah. It's there for your zoo.
I might as well. Yeah, we'll get the fish too.
He kind of blinks
Like,
at
you
you
got like the Harry Potter thing where like you have your own dimensional like area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be a druid.
Oh, he bought that from Mimi. It was very expensive.
Oh.
And Mimi implied it may be cursed, but that's not come up yet. Anyway, so he's just like, well, I mean...
It's just a pet cemetery.
They're all dead once you put them in there. You have no idea. You just see their ghosts.
I've gone back a few times to check on them,
you
and
have.
everything seems to be fine.
Yeah, you have. I'm just joking around. He's just like, I mean, for the whole lot, 500 gold. There is a lot of animals, so.
Could I talk him down with a 17?
Well, I could do maybe 450.
Deal.
Wow, I can't believe you're serious. All right. Okay. Guess I can close up shop for a while. I'll have to. Shit. Okay. Well, how are you gonna get them? Do you have a way to a wagon or something?
I'll be back here in just a few, and I'll tell the kiddos to go outside and come back around here in just a couple minutes with my bag.
Sure. They head out, and Carter will watch them while you head back in. And, except Willow takes his new scaly friend. you head back inside, and I guess in front of this guy, do you put them all in your bag, or?
Do I waste one of my potions of invisibility? Yeah, I do. And I burn a pass without a trace spell just to make this all very super sneaky. They all just like...
The guy just turns around, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Alright, make me a stealth check.
It would have, what, advantage with the potion of invisibility?
Yep, and plus 10 with your pass without a trace, which I assume you do the pass without a trace before you drink the potion.
Yeah, so 33.
Yeah, that's like literally what happens. You're like, we'll be back, and then all he knows is he's like counting out the money, like ecstatic in the back. He goes into like the store area, like, you know, Jerry, you won't believe what fucking just happened. He's just like heading out to tell some partner he has in the back, and when they both come out, all the animals are just fucking gone, and out you go.
And I'd probably talk to the parrot just real quick too, and just be like, "So, what you got on the goods?"
It's a special spot they don't think I know about, but I've seen where they take it. Let me out and I'll show you.
He's out. He's on my shoulder.
This way, and he flies over and leads you around to the back of the building, where you see they have this little garden where they seem to grow some of the food themselves there, and there's some like berries and things like that. And he's like, that's where they keep the good stuff. And he like looks from left to right and then jumps on a berry bush and starts eating some berries, and you go in and steal their fruits and nuts and stuff that they have growing. And some like grass and other types of grass and other types of feed that they have there.
It's all good for alchemy, or maybe even brewing different types of ciders. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. So sure, you could just add a bundle of feed. I'm sure you let the parrot eat his gorging self first, though, and afterwards the parrot's just like, oh, alright, you're not so bad, little guy. I like you.
Hey, you're alright yourself, friend.
You got more of this good stuff?
Yeah, stick with me, and you'll be well fed, and you'll have a great time, and you'll be able to stretch your wings as far as you want without having to worry about any predators or anything like that.
Deal. For now. I might change my mind.
Yeah, no worries, friend. And I'll show him into the bag as well as all of the other creatures that I've assembled, and just give him his own little, probably like jungle spot. Like it's pretty much like a chunk of the Amazon down there for him.
When you do go in there, do you check on your other animals?
Do I worry about the old editions, or do I just keep on adding the new ones in? I know everybody's well fed, and the last time I checked on them, they were all right. Fuck it, I'll go and check on them.
So same thing. I was gonna say Arabella. That's your familiar. Anastasia is she seems to have accepted her kangaroo rat life now, and she's still kind of mad at you. So she still isn't very friendly when you show up, but you can see she's got her little nest in a nice little desert area, and it's got all these like whatever nest type material that she could find, and she has like a path that you can see that she runs around in daily, and it looks like she's having a decent time now. But whenever you show up, she's still like, she remembers and still runs away. but otherwise she seems fine. The you never got this guy's name, but the crazy lizard, he's still sort of tripping balls and seems to be kind of, but you get this, you see some like herbs that have been munched on around him that sort of seems to have a sedative, calming effect on him right now. And next to him, like drawn out on some bark, it looks like you see a sketch of that God's Bitter root.
Ah, interesting. And I did name him Bill.
You did? Okay. My bad.
No worries at all.
I do have a picture of it too. Where did I put that? But in the meantime, and then the other one was the newest one, which was... What did you turn him into?
He's a Tarsier, and his name's Terry.
Right. Terry the Tarsier. He also has an attitude towards you for obvious reasons, but he doesn't run away from you like Anastasia does. He just kind of like glares at you and does whatever a Tarsier version of a hiss is. Like, eh!
I just do my classic Aurelio wave at him and I just leave. And then, do you just want to send me a message with all the different animals that I might have picked up?
Yeah, sure. There are now dogs and cats for sure. But yeah, I'll think of everything that you could have grabbed.
Perfect.
Honestly, not that you would know right now, but this is definitely bonus points for Gaia's sake. She's just like, ooh, free my animals.
I had a feeling it might work in her favor, just a tad.
So,
by the way, did you see the mittens meme?
I don't think I did yet. I'll take a look.
Little do we know, Mittens is now a level 15 barbarian.
Probably not a bad guess after this.
After that, I'll say you meet up with the kids and Carter, and then head to the smithy shop, which we can sort of just explain over, because it's just a smithy shop. You know, guy hammering out back, and I'm sure you ask just if he has any like knickknacks or supplies that could benefit an artificer in training. And
yeah, either something like special tools or special crafting materials is maybe something what I'm getting at. Like, I don't know if he's got like adamantine or mithril or anything like that, or maybe I don't know if there's like a +1 version of crafting supplies, but something along those lines too, or master crafting supplies maybe.
Yeah, I don't think there is a +1 version of tools, but I will say maybe he does have a set of adamantine tools she could use. That would be her one-all be-all tool, because artificers technically have to use like various tool types. So he would have a set of adamantine tools that would be like, you know, everything in one for her that she could use.
Which perfect.
Would be considered an adamantine armor is considered a uncommon, so I would follow that logic. It is 400 gold.
Not easy enough.
Thank you so much.
I think you'll have a lot of fun with those. I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Even Carter is just like, you really didn't have to do that for her, but I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, anytime.
And much as Pearl is, she's like, oh, look, it's got this and it's got that. And she starts naming all the tools, pointing them out, and showing Carter and showing you, like, you understand what any of these are.
Yeah, I think I've got proficiency in thieves' tools and alchemist supply, so if it's got anything like that, I know what it is, but other than that, I'm fucking lost.
Yeah. So's he. He just does that. That's amazing. That's so nice. Congratulations. Wow, even one of those. You know, like he just has no idea.
Yeah, and I think, well, what do you think? Should we go and join up with the others now?
Ooh, do you think we could see the circus? Do you think it'll be open?
Well, I think that's what they were working on, is trying to get it back up and running, right?
Hope so. As you guys are walking,
that way.
Willow would be like, why do you want to see the circus so badly? Like, I don't know. I've never been to one. I mean, don't you think it'd be cool to see? And just because of the way she looks at him, he's like, yeah, it'd be totally awesome. Sure. Anyway. And you guys start heading back, but we will go back to the others heading into Francesca's tent now. As you guys enter, you do see what you would expect in a fortune teller's tent. There is this sort of, you know, carpet that leads up to a little table with a crystal ball on it, and she's got one of those tablecloths that sort of have the embroidered dangly bits on it, and hanging in different areas are these like scarves and sashes and stuff to make it all, and curtains, you know, to make it all drippy and quote-unquote mystical, and some incense burns in the back that makes a little bit of smoke waft in that's very pleasant smelling. Unless you hate incense, then you're screwed. But either way, she sits at the other edge of her table, and she's like, I don't have very many chairs to offer all of you, but she gestures to the one chair that sits across from her. She herself is an older woman, and you can see she's not unhealthy, like, she's skinnier because she's older as opposed to being unhealthy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and,
She isn't frail, she's just
yeah, and she has a lot of her own scarves and a shawl and stuff like that, and jewelry that dangles as she moves, and next to her is also like a tarot deck and the crystal ball and all kinds of stuff.
I'm sorry, Errol brings up a solid point. Does he not have PTSD from the incense smell from Flex?
That is true.
Well, to be fair, Errol did kind of grow up in Barak, where incense is everywhere, so I don't know if the one visit from Flex would ruin that for him, but that's up to you, I guess. You both talked.
Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say he no longer smells incense, he just smells shit and death.
I was gonna say, I thought he was trapped in a cabin with him for like a month.
Yeah.
No, Errol got the nice room. You guys came into Errol's room and stole his room. Then he ended up hiding in the,
I put Flex
ring.
in the base.
Yeah, Flex had the cheap room, that all on his own. So. But all of you can fit in there. It's just very crowded as you do.
I'm just gonna perceive the room while scooting to the right so everybody else can pile in.
Rose wasn't kidding when she said there was going to be a lot of you.
I thought you foresaw us coming. He just smiles
She just
warmly.
gives you a dirty look. Very funny. But she kind of raises a brow when she sees Errol and Iris come in, and owlins are kind of rare in this part of Arcasia.
Yep.
I hear that a lot.
Are.
There's more of you closer to Port Arbis. Is that where you hail from?
No, Farok.
My mistake. She says Lavoth, not Arcasia. Oh, Continent, you were wrong. Arcasia is where you're from, but Lavoth is where you are now. And she was referring to Lavoth. And mentions there's more of you closer to Port Arbis. And then, sorry, you said you were from Farok, so she's like, not this father. I didn't realize your kind were out that far. Interesting. Might I trade you for a feather?
Trade what?
I could give you some coin, perhaps a silver. Or a reading.
I'm just gonna shake my arm and see if any feathers come off.
Trevor's got a giant grin.
Just roll a d20. We'll see if a feather falls off. Oh, a bunch of feathers fall off.
Oh no! Oh,
It's all the stress. You've just been under so much stress lately that a little extra kind of fall. But it's not like you're balding in any spot or anything yet. But a bunch falls, and she's like, I mean, I'll take them all if you're offering.
Before I give it, what do you need them for?
Decoration. Owlin feathers hold much stronger than regular bird feathers. And I also like to use them to make a quill.
Okay, yeah. Actually, a quill would be pretty cool.
Would you please pick them up?
Here you go.
Thank you. And when you hand them to her, she's gentle with them and goes to put them in like some little back area that she has for storage for now.
By the way, Sarah, I am sizing her up to see if she could fit in that box area.
I'll give this one to you. Yeah, she definitely could if, she wanted to squeeze through. Probably has to suck in her boobs a little, but other than that.
She's well endowed, even for an old lady.
Yep. Now, what exactly can I help you all with?
Oh, more or less,
thought that Cantor fellow already discovered who the murderer was, considering we found her with the bloody knife in hand.
Yeah, just the guy who does follow-ups. Make sure everything's in order. I found something interesting. Do you have any halflings or, short people in the circus?
With the circus, friend, we have many short and halfling sorts, yes.
Are they often scared?
More than normal, I suppose. Depends. What are you getting at?
Well, just curious. Hey, so you're a fortune teller. Did you happen to know that anything was gonna go down?
She leans back and looks at you again a little dryly, but she's just... If you must know, I did pick up a bad fortune for Jonathan. It's not exactly so accurate, though, to be like, oh, you're going to die tonight at 8 o'clock.
Right. You walked in and saw her with the weapon.
I did with Bardis. She was standing over the body with the bloody knife in hand.
You know, I have a lot of questions for Bardis. Is he here? Does he normally hang out with you?
Sometimes. I don't know where he is right now.
By the way, I'm inciting her when I say that. If that makes her uncomfortable, I have a lot of questions for him.
Roll an insight check. I would say you definitely get a sense of more irritation. Not because you want to ask questions, just the thought of Bardis seems to irritate her. He's always running amok, though. He's probably off getting drunk and growl.
So, were you with Bardis that night, just out drinking and having fun, or did you just happen to cross each other at the same time?
He likes to stick around my tent for his performances. I think he has a little crush on me. It was cute at first, but now it can be a little irritating. And I had to go and get some supplies.
So you just met up outside the tent.
He was following me. Wanted to make sure I was okay.
Did he seem off at all?
No more than what Bardis is. I'll let you, carry on this insight, but you definitely get a lot of sense that, Bardis probably hangs around her a lot, and that's sort of what bothers her about him.
Yeah, I'll give you insight into what he's thinking. Is he thinks that they were involved in the murder and passed the blame. My logic is she was hiding, saw that the murder was done, he got out that door, they met up, and then they walked around. Oh no!
Could be.
So that's kind of his thought process.
If you want to go ask him questions, you'll have to go to a tavern or one of those drug dens that are in Grawl.
Oh, I love drug dens. Those are so fun. He smirks.
To each their own, I suppose.
I'm gonna perceive the area, just kind of see if anything looks like it could help me.
Make a perception check. Yeah, I'd say definitely with that, you're confident that nothing stands out of the ordinary here. It looks like a fortune teller's tent. She does have a back area that's behind some curtains that have probably other knickknacks and fortune telling things, and that's where the incense is coming from. But there's no bloodied knife sitting on the desk or something.
Oh no, he was just seeing if anything was out of place.
Yeah, no. I mean, you could argue, I guess, the curtains and shawls and stuff are out of place, but that's the design of it, Right, they are meant to hang in sort of droopy ways.
Okay, I apologize, everybody. By the way, Errol, don't do a reading. He's gonna be like, could you by chance divine something for me? It's nagged me for years.
What would you like then?
He laughs. I mean, as childish as this sounds, true love. Do you by chance see her?
True love. You should maybe visit Farak, yes?
From the way I heard it was left, I don't believe I'll be going there anytime soon.
Well, she gestures to the chair in front of her. Take a seat.
Errol like coughs a little bit when they bring up Farak.
Right.
She doesn't seem to have a reaction that she knows what you're talking about. Not like the news would travel to Grawl as easily as Port Arbis. Hell, Port Arbis, you probably got a Cirrus ship immediately there, like, looking for answers.
Yeah. He probably got the Cirrus ship and was like, oh, great. And they're like, oh, where the fuck is he? That's a good question. Do you know?
But when you do take a seat, she does this gesture stuff, which makes her, you know, all her danglies jingle over the crystal ball as she's weaving in a pattern around it, and then eventually stops holding her hands out above it as she stares intently within. And, you know, to the credit of the show, the mist inside does seem to actually twirl and swirl in, you know, a magical way. And after a moment, she looks, and I get the sense that your love is closer than you think. You know her already. She is a very attractive young woman. But you do not take time to talk to her something about her. You reject. Yet if you get to know her, you would be able to find the one you are looking for. That is all. And the smoke kind of stops swirling all mystically and just sort of sits in the crystal ball as she sits back. I rolled pretty good on a random check.
He's sitting there, he's like, no. Here's 40 gold.
She hides her surprise at how much and takes it. That is a fair price.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god, I'm okay for a month now. Yeah, he'll smile and nod at her. I don't believe you killed the gentleman, but I am
Me?
curious
No.
about this Bardis.
I quite liked Jonathan. He was a interesting sort.
Do you think Bardis had thing for the girl who found the weapon?
No. But Madeline, though, is annoyingly obsessed with me, to be honest.
Best of luck with that.
I will need it.
I appreciate your information and the reading.
Of course. Anybody else would like a reading?
I'm gonna suggest Iris and Elijah have one.
Maybe
Why?
Molly?
I mean, I don't know how much I believe in this, but I would give it a shot.
Readings are usually 5 gold. Of course, I would give yours for free, since you traded the feathers. She points at Errol.
Yeah, we'll accept the free readings.
And I said yours for free.
No, thank you.
I'll pay the 5 gold for Molly.
Molly
Put
tips
in
her
5
hat.
gold for Molly.
Would you prefer the cards or would you like the crystal ball?
Oh, I'm a fan of cards myself.
Excellent. And is there a particular question you would like answered? She sort of picks up the crystal ball and moves it over to the side and starts shuffling her cards. I brought my tarot cards in here.
Am I on the right track to find who I'm looking for?
Ah, good question indeed. And if I recall, as she shuffles them and pulls out a reading, no, I'm good. She doesn't get very good draw, it seems, but one card stands out to you in particular. I'm just double checking what card that is.
Yeah. Upside down.
I think I know, but... Oh, I was wrong. The 6 of Swords comes up, which is kind of about difficult journeys ahead. And then, I can't remember which one. I think it's I want to say it's the 3 of Wands, but I'm not... No. The 3 of Cups. So the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Cups in particular stands out to you in this reading, and she reads it off that it looks like there is a difficult journey ahead of you to find the answers you seek, but the community you are building will help you reach your goal. Stay with your friends and they will take you to where you need to go.
All right, well, that's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
She bows her head a bit. And Iris is like, well, why not? I'll give it a try. And sits down. Pays 5 gold. And
to whisper to Molly.
What are you whispering?
After this, you want to go start a bar fight?
Hell yeah.
I like you already.
Iris opts for the crystal ball. And as she waves her hands and all the mystical smoke and swirl, she's just like, I see there's nothing dangerous to come. If as long as you stay on your current path, you have success and fortune ahead. That's it. And that is all the smoke has to offer. Okay. She stands up a little, like she feels like she got a bit ripped off, but backs off. And Elijah's like, I would prefer to make my own sort of future. I'm good. Then so be it. Gestures to the exit of her tent. And I assume you guys all leave?
Yeah, before that, I'm going to look to Rose and be like, where's Eric at?
Gotta get the southern back. Hold on.
You can do it.
Well,
I reckon.
Well, I reckon he's in his tent right now. You want to go talk to Eric?
Yep, if you wouldn't mind. I would like to make sure all stones unturned, that kind of thing.
Alright then, right this way. And she leads you guys off to a little section where they have kind of their own, like, sleep-in tents, you know? And,
on the way there, I'm going to ask if the wound was to the back or the chest. If Rose knows.
Unfortunately, I don't really know that. Like I said, I didn't get to see the body or any of that.
Okay.
But, you know, with your authority and your badge, maybe you can talk to Madeline about it directly.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do after I talk to these two.
Alright. I hope you tell her that my prayers are with her, and I do hope that, you know, everything clears up for her. When you do get to these tents...
She has an angel on her side.
When you do get to these tents, you do see they each have this, like, little hanging piece of wood that Rose can go up and knock on it, because they don't have doors, so it gives, like, the ability to knock. And you see the tent flap sort of open up, and there's this chubby kind of looking beer gutted dwarf that is like, what? Like, well, I got some people here from the authorities that want to chat with you about the whole thing that happened between Jonathan and Madeline. Ain't they figured that out yet? Apparently he's a southern dwarf now.
I'm the sweeper guy. I'm the one that does all the final questions, and then we wrap it all up.
I've seen his badge. He's all proper authorities. Alright, fine. Come on in. And he heads inside, and
I'm gonna insight to see if this fat little dude could still get in that area.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe if he was a more well-kept dwarf, but that beer gut really... I mean, you don't know how much he can suck it in, I guess. That would be a surprise to you if he could, but...
Yeah. Especially with, like, the egress and all. That guy would have heard him a mile away.
Yeah.
Rustling boxes.
So when you get inside the tent, you see that he's got some bottles and various imbibements in here, and he kind of snuffs out some nice smelling smoke that you're pretty sure is an incense.
Well, means I don't care if you imbibe, my friend. I had questions.
Well, I intend to. And he picks up a bottle and sits down on his bed that kind of creaks and sinks in a little where he sits as he starts drinking.
So, quick question. I kind of heard the victim was kind of a douche. Is that true?
Nay. Jonathan was a real prick. He fucking... You know, I would reckon that was self-defense of her. She wouldn't have hurt him otherwise, but I bet you he threatened her. And he's like shaking his bottle at you. A little bit of drink spills.
if it makes you feel any better, I personally don't believe she's the killer.
You don't? But she had the weapon, didn't she?
Well, anybody could, let's say, stab somebody, leave, and then if you saw Madeline there with a blade in her, what would you do? Try to help? Run over? Pull it out?
Of course.
Now you're standing there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I knew it. I knew she was innocent. He shakes his bottle at Rose. I agree with you. That's why I'm letting him in to investigate. I thought he was from the authorities. Yeah, he is. He's got a badge.
I am.
Madeline's a good girl. She's sweet. She doesn't deserve this. He starts crying.
There, I understand. Now, I have a question. Do you know much about this Bardis guy?
Bardis?
That's it, Bardis. I'm terrible with names.
What about him?
You ever get into arguments with the gentleman Jonathan?
Jonathan got into arguments with everyone. He right piece of ass, you know. So yeah, I guess sometimes I think, you know, between you and me, I think I saw he kicked Bardis once. That shit. Me burning fucking hell. Spits on the ground. Don't know why Madeline decided to go be with a guy like that. Good girl. Didn't deserve it.
I agree. I'm gonna incite him
Yeah, make
to
me an
get the
insight.
overall vibe if he's lying at all about anything.
Make me an insight. Oh yeah, you definitely get the vibe that he is fucking heartbroken for Madeline. He really does care for her. It's not like what Donovan was like, you know, this guy really must have loved her in some way or likes her a lot, you know. He's grieving for her for sure. And he really didn't like Jonathan one bit. Definitely didn't like him, and didn't, as he said, like why she picked him, like he had vitriol with that. He didn't, but it seemed like it's more out of care for her.
Yeah, I'm not getting the vibe that he like ganked him for her.
No, nothing like that. And he starts chugging the drink again.
We got one more gentleman to talk to, and then I'm gonna go talk to Madeline. I'd suggest strongly sobering up a little bit for her return, because I'm going to figure this out.
You will? You bring her back to us?
I will certainly try my best. I just need cooperation.
He jumps off the bed and points at you. Now you promise me! You promise me you'll bring her back to us!
Let me see.
What did you say?
I was like, let me see. I roll a nat 20. He reaches down into his little satchel on his side, pulls out one of the little like wings badges, kneels down. I promise you, little buddy, I'm gonna try to figure this one out. And he does like the best Southern he can. Puts it on him.
You're gonna do a Southern? Make me a performance check. It's a terrible Southern.
It's an okay.
It's an okay one. You wanted to burn your dice for that.
Yep, I'll burn my dice for that.
It's an okay southern accent, and he's just like, his eyes start tearing up, and he throws his arms around you, and even though he's a bit like clearly drunk and drugged up to all hell and gone, it's Grawl liquor and Grawl drug,
Yeah.
so it doesn't actually stink. He doesn't have a reek to him, at least. He actually smells pretty decent. And he's just like, he's sobbing into your armor, like, oh, thank you. God's bless you. Oh, please. She's a good girl.
He's doing the there, just slightly patting him on the back, looking at everybody else.
Iris is holding back a bit of a laugh, but, you know. And Rose is like,
I put up my sanctum, and I am laughing. He just can't hear it.
yeah, so Molly, and to your surprise, you see Errol, like, laughing his head off, but you don't hear a sound after he, like, waved up some spell.
I think Molly is just, like, pinching the bridge of her nose and, like, shaking her head at the, in her opinion, very poor southern accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rose tries to intervene, like, all right, come on, Eric, come on. And she sort of pries him off of you, and he hugs her, and she sort of, like, guides him back to the bed and gets him to sit down. It stinks a little again, and here you go, and hands him a booze, and you just finish that off, like, and
arms out, flip back out.
you just finish that off now, and then sleep it all off, all right? He said he'd bring her back. Yes, he did. Now just rest up, all right? You want to rest up for her? She's just, like, tucking him in and trying to get him, like, to go to sleep, and then everybody sort of piles out of the tent after, and Rose eventually shows up. Sorry, I didn't realize he was in such a wreck.
At least that eliminates him. I wasn't too concerned after that.
Oh, yeah, he really does.
Now.
Really does care about her. I just didn't realize it was that deep.
Now that is 2 promises I made. I sure hope she didn't actually kill him.
I really don't think she had it in her. Even if Jonathan did abuse her, which I know he was an angry sort, but I don't think he was the type to be physically violent, you know? But even then, Madeline wasn't the type. She doesn't have a violent bone in her.
I have a question. Did Madeline have family?
Oh, no. I mean, we were a family, you know? But...
yes.
Although I suppose she might have some that we don't know of. But, no, I don't think so.
I'm guessing the circus gets a lot of investors and such, correct?
Well, we take donations and the like, but it's mostly owned and run by a leader.
Understood. Alright, let's just go straight, cut to the bones, straight to the meat. Let's go to where they're keeping Madeline. Talk to the idiot later.
I can't take you all the way there, but she's in the jailhouse, and...
yeah, I'll find my way to the jail.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for looking into this. I really do appreciate it.
No worries. We'll see what we can find.
And she leads you guys out to the side little sneak entrance. And as you pull around to go meet up with Mimi, I'd say about this time is when Aurelio, Carter, and the kids are also coming up. You would see on Willow's head is this lizard, like, and he got one of those big ones, you know, it's not a small lizard, so it hangs like off the back of his head too. And
He's got like a monitor lizard.
I am actually very bad at lizard types, so I'll have to look up what a monitor lizard is.
Probably
Monitor lizards, I
little dragon type.
Yeah,
What was-
I thought they were big, right?
Oh yeah. Not quite alligator size, but
Those are huge. No, not that big. No, it's big enough to sit on his head.
Gila monster, maybe Gila monster size.
Yeah.
Gila
Bearded
monster.
dragon.
Look up what a Gila monster size might be. Yeah, I'd say like a Gila monster size. And you know what? We'll do that because of the color coding, and I did roll it was a quirky one. So maybe instead of a log, it was sitting on a rock. Now it's sitting on his head. Anyway,
I will say they may or may not be poisonous. Gila monsters.
I mean, it's Willow.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've got Revivify prepared.
Also, like, as an animal, it just naturally seems to be okay with not wanting to hurt him in particular. But there's a reason he could convince a scorpion not to bite Meldor too. Anyway, so yeah, you guys see Willow has this like Gila monster on his head now, and Mimi is like, "Oh, is that a snack? No, you can't eat this. This is my new friend." And he sort of reaches up and pets the lizard on his head. And he's gonna be your best friend too, alright, Mimi? Oh, okay. It wouldn't be a very big snack anyway. Don't worry, we'll get you more food if you need it. I'm sure there's gonna be some army or something we have to kill sometime. Oh, I would like that very much. The last army gave me so much food. I'm only just getting hungry now.
What did you people do before I met you?
Hey, about the same thing that we've been doing right now. Another thing that you guys would notice about Aurelio, Pearl, and Willow as we're coming up is we're all riding on top of panthers.
Yeah, definitely. Aurelio's on one, and Willow and Pearl are on another, and Carter's just kind of walking next to them.
Trevor looks over at Molly. Can you make me a metal one of those?
Oh, I'm not the one who made this arm, actually. I wish I was that talented, but...
Understood, no worries. Holding out on me, I see. He laughs.
Look what Aurelio got us, and Pearl points this wand at you guys, and a bunch of like pyrotechnic lights sort of start spraying you all. She uses the 6 of her 7 charges.
Willow, why don't you try your wand on Arrow real quick?
Sure. He smiles deviously and points his wand at Errol, and Errol, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
I was
Good thing he'll feel
what?
that.
Yeah. You say what, but you still have to make me that throw. Okay, you pass. You felt like your lips wanted to curl up into a smile, but you managed to resist it.
I make an even grumpier face now.
Aw, that's not fair. You
Do it
passed.
again. Blow all the charges.
I already did.
Well, were we able to get the circus back up and running? The kids wanted a show.
Yeah, about that. We're making headway. Now we have to go to the jailhouse.
And why are we going to the jail?
Because I don't think the killer is actually the killer. I'd like to talk.
Somebody got murdered.
Oh yeah. A whole love triangle. It sounds crazy, But all of them seem like bad leads. So
This is an interesting development. Well, while on our way to the jailhouse, you'll have to fill me in on the clues you found.
I will. So I'll fill him in on everything. And tell everybody I kind of think it's the drunk dude that like gets high in the bars who came in there, got in an argument with him, and ganked him.
Bardis?
Could I make an insight check off of the information that he's provided and try and get a sense of on what I might think happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, you certainly can try.
Nice.
26.
Nice. You definitely agree based off of these descriptions. Eric didn't do it. Donovan seems surly, but surly doesn't necessarily mean murderer. But still, maybe Donovan. And you don't know Bardis because none of you have talked to him, but you do recall that Rose said he was simple-minded. Depends on how simple that means, you know? And I'd say with that, that was a really good roll. One thing that occurs to you while he's explaining all of this, he didn't necessarily, like, he incited what Francesca felt of Bardis, but not necessarily what she felt about Madeline or Jonathan.
Okay.
Do you relay any of that?
Yeah, I think just as a group, I kind of talked this all out with everybody here, bringing Molly in and bringing Errol into the conversation as well.
Do you guys leave Mimi behind a cell, or do you have him come along with you?
I mean, we can probably leave Mimi here, and maybe, what do you think, leave the kiddos and Carter here?
Yeah.
What if you guys get into trouble, Willow says.
But I mean, you can come along if you want. I just thought you wanted to play with maybe your new toys, or maybe reach out to Meldor, or I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, I kind of used up the wand. I don't have any more charges on it until tomorrow. And Meldor won't answer me. He looks down and sad. But I don't know, if we're gonna help an innocent girl, I'd like to help.
Well, you can always try again with Meldor, and I suppose, Pearl, if Willow's coming, you probably want to come along, right?
I was gonna kind of play with my new tools, actually, if that's okay.
Works just fine for me. I'm sure Mimi and Carter will keep a good eye on you.
Mimi's gonna have like a tool shop in his ass.
Carter does say, I somehow think we'll be the safest inside this wagon.
Honestly, that's why I kind of like having Mimi along.
Alright then, little one, let's go inside so you can play with your tools.
Elijah and Iris, do you guys want to stay here as well?
Iris is like, well, I don't know, I could go either way. I worry about Errol these days. She just looks at him getting into trouble with all these gods. But, she shrugs that. I'm not super I don't know if we can help much with all of this. Do you think a fight will break out?
I don't know, it's possible, but you also have proven to be pretty insightful as well. I mean, even with that comment there about Errol, I'll wink at both of them.
She kind of laughs a bit and... Alright, well, if you think we can help, then yeah, I'd like to help some poor girl if she's innocent. And I go where she goes. Besides, I don't mind taking a look at Grawl. I've never really left the desert before. It's interesting to see these different cities. Especially if it's more than creepy old ladies and mossy tents.
Alright, well, head on to the jailhouse, I suppose.
While heading there, I'm gonna reach into my little pouch on the side and be like, perfect, just enough. I'm gonna hand out those little wing badges. Here you go, everybody. You should probably put one on. We'll say that we're all from investigating, as a team.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
They're not real anyways, don't worry.
Hey, you said that these were. Willow, still has his.
Oh, look, Willow, if you notice, your badge is slightly different. It is real.
Make me a deception check.
But what about persuasion?
It's a lie.
Oh, whoa.
So he just looks at you and gives you a look like you can tell he knows you're lying to him.
Willow, listen, when we reach Port Arbis, I will get you a real badge. I happen to know the guy who makes them.
You better.
On our way there. Sorry.
It happens.
No,
Go ahead.
On our way there, I think Molly just wants to keep an eye out to see if anyone seems to be following them or watching them. Maybe they don't like Trevor going around and asking all of these questions.
Hey, somebody in the party who's smart. Thank God we got you.
Please make me a perception check.
I think if anything, Aurelio is trying to blend into the shadows slightly away from the group.
Holy
you
shit.
Make me a stealth check. And holy shit indeed. 28. At least for now, you are very...
Oh, sorry. Him. My bad.
Yeah. He needed the stealth check. You guys just see Aurelio disappear into the alley shadows. When that happens, Willow seems to be used to it, though. Do you keep Shadow or Arabella by Willow?
I think both of them are right there by Willow, just kind of walking on either side of him.
And he just kind of has both, either hand on each one, petting them as you guys are going. Knowing he's safe between two panthers. I will say with that roll, Molly, and you, Aurelio, as you blend into the shadows, and you guys are moving, I'd say on an alleyway across from you, the corner of your eye, you see that sort of red-orange hair and Cheshire grin of Al. And when you look, though, he's not there. But Molly, with your perception check, you also see, you don't know who this is, but you see that as well. And same thing, though, when you kind of go and take a bit closer look, there's no one there. And for future reference, this is Al.
You gotta choose the crazy-eyed one.
I was doing the one that he's... Oh, you mean Night Owl?
Night Owl, yes. The rival to Day Owl.
Day man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly where we got the joke. Okay, hold on.
I am so glad you got that, buddy.
Night Owl.
I'm still sad you didn't know Wind's Howling, but that's okay.
Only instead of this sort of look, his mouth is much larger in that sort of Cheshire cat type smile. So it's definitely inhumanly large. Oops. I didn't mean to. You're gonna get his picture in World 22 on accident. I was trying to get it in the browser for the internets. But I guess this works too.
Would I be scared? I didn't know homie was in town.
So I don't know if either of you mention anything. Yeah, right. Or if you just shake your head must have been my imagination.
I think that Molly would probably bring it up to Trevor, she'd probably just lean forward and just kind of like keeping her voice down, say, "So, do any of your suspects have red hair?"
Red hair. He flips through his pages.
I would probably say one of Al's or Elias's known looks would probably be this.
Yeah. He flips and stops on a page and holds it up. Does it look like that?
And
It's like
although
Exactly
a
like
really
that.
nice drawing. And you would see the giant grin. It's probably from like a victim like explaining what Al looked like.
yeah, she said exactly like that.
Fucking Al. If Al's in town, then I bet I know who killed him.
And Aurelio, does he overhear that Al's in town?
He's trying to remain normal as well, but I'm sure you're listening to the party talk.
And I'm not that far away from you guys either. I'm close enough to still be within earshot, I believe, unless
Sure.
you're whispering.
Unless they're whispering, then I'd make a perception check, but up to you guys, I guess.
Trevor probably wasn't necessarily whispering as much as like talking forward
Yeah.
quietly, not necessarily
Not like
whisper,
announcing
but like,
it, but yeah.
Yeah, like indoor talk.
I'd say that's
14.
enough. Yeah, that's enough. I don't want to need to make it a hard DC for you to pick up party information.
Yeah, nothing that I'm gonna do with that information for now, but I'm preparing for war, you know.
Yeah.
You should. You are not safe. Neither are the others on Mimi's bus.
God.
But just makes Mimi confused, eats everybody in town.
Right. No one's your friend, Mimi. That would be horrifying. Mimi berserks.
Anyway, you guys had you can ask any random like guard for directions to a jailhouse, and you know, these are probably the most chill fucking guards you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
Trevor,
Walk up with a badge. They all got badges, and they just wave us in.
Trevor, you probably wonder if they really get their job done well enough, but you know, they do point you out to the jailhouse, and when you get into to there is like a front sort of guard at a desk that's seemed to have his eyes closed, almost snoozing, but he does like, there's a chime when you come in that sort of wakes him up and alerts him that people are there. And he's just, hey, how can I help y'all?
Hi, I'm a detective from Port Arbis. Pleasure to meet you.
I assume you show the badge.
Yep. A black
kinda-
thorn badge, the Black Wardens.
He kind of squints at it and then, oh, you're those like blacksmiths or whatever, right?
Black Wardens, but yes, I guess close enough. He
Wardens,
smiles.
yeah, that's the word. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Need to have a conversation with someone who's been convicted of murder. I need to know some things.
He seems to get distracted, like leaning over, staring at Molly, and then shakes his head a little, and he's just, what, convicted. Sure, wait, why? Do you have authority? Do you have the paper to say you can? There's a paper.
I do have authority. You see, an investor recently invested quite a bit of money into this circus, and they need it to run. And unfortunately, there's been a problem, so I was sent to figure it out. And he's gonna stare him down.
He doesn't seem very fazed by your stare down. He's just kind of eyeing you. You do see his eyes sort of wander to Molly a lot, though. And he's just like, well...
Trust me, the quicker I get this done and handled, the quicker I'll be out of this backwater town and out of your hair.
It's just, you know, like, the circus thing was resolved. We found the murderer. She's locked away. And, you kind of need the detective's permission if you want to go see her.
Yes, then point the way to your detective.
That I can do, sir. Sorry, real quick, what's your name? He says to Molly.
Molly.
That's a really, really beautiful name. For a really beautiful girl.
You can flirt later.
Well, you know, if you wanted to let my friend back there, I could stay up here and keep you company for a bit.
Make me a persuasion check.
She says that, but she like looks disgusted while she says it. She's like,
As much as I'd really, really love to, I'm not the type to make a lady who looks at me that way stay in chat. But yeah,
don't worry, I am. Would you like to spend time with Molly?
Dude, I ain't gonna push myself on a lady. Now look, you can go talk to Cantor, that's fine. Let me go and, you know, tell him. So he gets up and heads to the... He does not leave far, because he... As much as he seems inadequate, he will not leave strangers by his station to sneak in. So he does stop at the doorway, like a doorway to the back, opens it up, and just shouts, "Yo, Cantor!"
Oh, by the way, while he's going to the door, he's gonna look back at Molly and go, "I don't blame you. I would have the same look."
You hear in the back, "What? There's people here to see you!" "Who? I'm just gonna send them back!" "Wait, no!" And he just, like, leaves the door open and heads over. If you head through the hall, make a left, you'll see Cantor. Even though he said no, the guy does not care.
He's gonna smirk. "Many thanks. I appreciate it."
And I assume you all go... Yeah, do you all follow?
I don't think so. I think Aurelio is kind of blended into the shadows here by the doorway, and he's keeping an eye out for Al just to make sure. Like, he heard Molly say that. He heard Trevor worried about him in town, so he's got an eye on their back trail to make sure that nobody sneaks up behind him.
Sure. He will probably also stop Willow with the Panthers. And he's like, "Whoa, those can't go. They won't fight anybody or hurt anybody. Unless they, you know, try to kill us." What the hell is a kid doing here?
I'll just message to Willow. If I see this interaction, I'll just message to Willow just in a little whisper. Just, "It's all right, lad. We can stay out here."
Oh, okay. I don't think that's a good idea, and you know, you're kind of too young for this sort of thing, aren't you? Not really, but I'll stay. You guys, good luck. If anything goes, you know, weird, I guess, Errol, you could message us?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
And I'd probably ask, like, Elijah or Iris to stay back, or both of them to stay back too, potentially, or maybe split us up just a little bit, but split us up evenly, you know?
Yeah, I'll say Iris and Elijah will stay back too, if you ask them. And, They would say quietly to Errol as well, like, I got the message from Aurelio to stay back. I think he's worried about Al. He says this quietly so the guard won't hear, so I'm going to stay here with the little boy. It'd be best anyway if we watch Willow, huh?
I'm just gonna nod in agreement.
Alright, good luck then. Iris says, try not to anger any gods in the back. Kisses your cheek.
I will do our best.
Oh, yeah, I'll try. No guarantees.
He hangs back with Elijah and the others, and you guys all head in. And as you go down the hall...
I do probably...
Oh, sorry.
Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying I probably have to get going soon.
Okay, yeah, no problem. We'll just say
Getting a
as you
little
head
late.
down the hall and make your way to the left, you'll meet Cantor, who is a very young-looking detective. He's got the whole, like, stereotypical detective, like, you know, the duster coat and the little fedora hat and what have you, and but he looks a little young and small, like the stuff is oversized on him, and he just doesn't seem like he should be a detective here. But we will wrap up and end it there, and pick up our questioning of him next week.
Well, that was fun.
Watch, it's fucking Al in disguise. He is the killer and the detective.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You'll have to wait to find out.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta tell me what you thought of Mimi when you first met him, Molly.
I was kind of creeped out, to be honest.
I think that's the vibe she was going for.
Yep.
Definitely worked.
An awkward, inhuman, pretending to be human.